HTML, and for now we're gonna be just looking at lesson 1, which will be just an introduction to HTML. So let's get started here. So basically, most of the time when we have been writing JavaScript, we have been showing in the console logs the output from our program. But what if you wanna build something users gonna be using outside there to maybe check news or just view your blog post? You need a way to display to the users on their device, and one of the things we can use, which doesn't require much of the software installation, is in your web browser like Chrome, Internet Explorer, just to name a few. But we have many web browsers out there. So in this lesson, we're gonna be looking how the HTML page is structured and the ways to show it to your users, maybe hosting somewhere on a domain so that everybody from around the world can see your content, like you have Facebook, YouTube, and all the applications you can talk about outside there. So in doing a HTML page or starting a HTML page, we're going to create our file here called lesson 1.html. And just to note that, so we're going to start with basic HTML. The first thing I will mention here, for the text editor, I'm using VS Code from Microsoft, and hosting my files locally, I'm using the live server, and this is the URL to the live server. Node package is a JavaScript, and they explain to you how to run it or install it and run it, but here's a quick way of doing it. So basically copy that, open your command line if you are on Windows or any other application, then you paste, then so it's just npm install -g, means that you want to install this application to run globally on your computer, and this is the name of the application. Then I'm hit enter. It doesn't matter where you are, just do, because you're going to install it globally. And we are done. And also on VS Code, if you want to start launching your application from VS Code, on the extension, there's an extension called live server. Make sure you install it. I already installed it, but if it's not, you can search it from VS Code extension repository, and they're gonna show it here. They're gonna show you install or uninstall. For now, I have it installed, so that's why it's showing me uninstall it. So I want to uninstall it. I want to leave it that way. It helps you to launch your HTML page from your browser here. So I can say this and right click on it, just show open with the live server. If I do that, and see, have an empty page. So we need to put on some stuff, and the reason why I'm using live server is because whenever you are editing your pages, you need the page to refresh for the new changes to show up on the page, and using live server, it will do for you automatically, instead of you coming here and trying to refresh the page every time, which is not intuitive for when you are building a lot of pages. So here we'll go and get started here. So most of the time when building a HTML page, you can have something like this one. So you have a header, then you can say my first HTML page. And then because I have my VS Code doing autosave. If I go back to the web page, should see it, but we are not seeing it. I don't know why. Maybe there's something with the live server not reloading. It says live reload is not possible without a head or a body section. Yeah, that's one thing you need to know. So a basic HTML page will contain and you can see VS Code does for you the autocomplete. So you have the HTML page like that. Then so you have the doc type, then HTML, then make sure to close it. HTML, then inside it you usually have the basic stuff. You have the header, or that, do we call it head or header? We call it head, sorry. Is this one? I had mine here not the right way. I think because it is autocomplete, then I have my stuff outside. So you have the head section, not header, head. So then you have the body, and the body section is where you have your content stuff. Then in the header section you can have your title of the page, and I will show you where it shows. So basics of HTML, and let's see now our live server will show up something. Here, I'm seeing here something. That's where the title will show. Now let me just refer from my file here. So you have the head here, then you have the body. That's all. Now the next thing, we need to add some stuff in the body section. So this having like your body, you have everything together. You have the head then you have the body. Now in the body section, now do head H1, which will give you my first HTML page. I wanna see if, yeah, it's now working. That's good. So it's doing live reload automatically since we have this tag. Otherwise, if you just come and start like this, you're gonna complain about it can't do it. So now our live server is now reloading or doing hot reload. So we don't need to be coming to the page every time and refreshing here, which is cumbersome. So back here, I had some text here in my notes. Just say, let's just take this one. So we have that. Let's just put them randomly here. Then introduction. Just in text editor. No order. Let's copy that quickly and put them here. And gonna look funny there. So I have that. So now you have content on your page. show that. Not good, but let's see what's gonna happen here. Oh, see, we have our text all over the page from one end to end. We're gonna fix that and show it in a nice way. Then you're having just put let me leave that one there. I'm gonna show you something. So I'm just pasting this text here. So you can see here, just pasted everything on the page, and just takes from one end to another end, and it wraps over and comes over. It goes all the way to the end. It wraps, comes back, wraps, come back here. And now from here, you can see we have this one and we have this one, which is kind of formatted and looks nice. And we're gonna look at why is the other text just going all over and not wrapping from one end to another. So in HTML, we have what we call the tags and elements. HTML documents are made up of elements. An element start with the start tag, and example is H element, and start with the H and end with the H slash H1 here. So in this case, we'll come here and let's now start styling to make our HTML looks nice. So I'm gonna start there with H1, and now I'm gonna put this text here, and let's see what happens on the page. If we come back to our page, you see now we have a nice formatted there. The next thing we're gonna do, let's create I will make this one as a heading, maybe 3. That one, and put that one, and I will make this one maybe at least. So we need, you know what, I'm gonna just put it into a p tag first for now. That one, that one, p tag, copy that one, and p tag, that one, p tag. P tag means just a paragraph. That one, and this one here. Not in a p tag here. Let's give it a heading, so to just mark it as an important tag. Now I'm gonna give it H4. Then I'm gonna put the whole of this in a p tag. But I'm gonna emphasize this text. I'm gonna put it in a strong tag. The advantage of using VS Code just does for you the autocomplete. Okay, and now our HTML, I'm gonna put that one in H 6. Okay, now let's look at our page. We have a tag that's not completed, and you can see here that not look good. That one I needed to be in a H tag, H4. And yep. Now we have a nicely formatted. So this one can HTML pages. This is h.html extension on the file name. HTML. Okay, I'm gonna give this one so the file name. So we're gonna do T. Thus end there. And now I'm gonna start a new new paragraph. Then I'm gonna end there. And give this one that. And start a new paragraph here. That with this one will end with this one. Then you can select this text and do right click, format selection. Oh, nice, looks nice. That one you have your page there. Now you can, like Google Chrome, strong, up to you. And since this one is a link, you can say live server, and we can even give a tag here, that, and this is the link, and we can say href, and we say target, href, target underscore blank. So this one will open in a new tab without interfering with our page. So now we have formatted our pages. So the first thing you need to know, a HTML page contains the outer section which has the doc type in the HTML, and even you can add in the language. I don't know how LNG, or I don't know why it's not auto-completing, but it has the outer tag. We have the head, we have the body section, and then we have the headers or headings starting from H1 to H6. Then we have the P tag, which is basically the paragraph, and the strong, or this one is just to emphasize a note. And if you wanna do the link, you have to use the A element, and you have the tag as href, and the target underscore blank just means you need to open in another tab. So let me just go to my notes to make sure I'm giving the right information. So our first HTML page was supposed to be just a simple hello world, but you can see we have done a lot inside here, because I just wanted to go far and show different stuff. Then in a HTML page, you have the tags and elements. HTML documents are made up of elements. An element starts with a start tag. An example is h1. So the example we have here, and start with an h1 start with h1, and then you have an end tag, which is the slash and h1. So remember, you have the angle brackets h1 and angle bracket, or the greater than sign, h1 greater than. Then you have the angle bracket slash and h1. Then you have this one as the available HTML heading elements. They have 6 levels. We have h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. And then you have the p element, which we have used here to create this page. And then you have a p element is used to define separate paragraph of a text. That's what I told you. And text you put in between p tags will display in a separate paragraph. It's like when you are doing something in Microsoft Word, you have your text formatted and displaying in different line with some space between and below. So the p tag will do that for you. So an example we have here, but we have a full page here showing all the examples and cool stuff. Then you have the white spaces. You saw from our first text we had the text going all over from one end to another on our page. It was starting from here and going all over, but now we just formatted it into a nice page. That one is caused by the white spaces in the page because we didn't have any tags. Then we have the inline elements, and for example, we used the A tag here to present the title. So we had an A tag inside a P tag. I don't know if even we need that. Maybe we can put here something. I say click the link below. We need to show them to get the live server for your development. I will put a break, maybe. BR. Just have it on a new line. Yeah. Let's click the link below to have the live server, and maybe I'm gonna put it bold, so it's just part of the HTML. To make the text bold, use B. Be bold, and that's where you're done. And we can have our text here and say that is all for today. See you in the next video. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content, and smash the like button to spread the word. Check the link in the description for the Git repository to this code, and please donate to support us. And see you in the next video. That's all for today. Gonna make this one that. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content and smash the like button, spread the word.